It's another episode of State of the Nation podcast presented by Builddaburg News Group. Today we'll be discussing the kidnapping of Nancy Gother and the Clinton cover up. I don't know if you all are familiar or have been paying attention to the news lately, but co-host Savannah Guthrie, our mother was kidnapped, Nancy Guthrie, and we want to discuss a little bit about this situation involving this case and some of the allegations which is wrapped around uh, this podcast. Um, I'm your host, I'll forever be, along with my co-host Prince Lawyer. How you doing today, good brother?
Oh man, excellent, brother. On top of the ground, ain't up on it.
Yeah, that's right. No question, good brother. And likewise here as well. Um, I'm pretty sure you have been noticing some of the information that been coming out about this case dealing with Nancy Guthrie and the whole cover that may be involved with the Clinton family and the whole administration.
True indeed.
Now, to my understanding, there's been a camera or piece of footage out there of an individual who was at Nancy's residence, and there's still some suspects that that may be involved. But to our understanding, she may have been kidnapped or possibly taken from her home. Um, some of the things that's coming out of this time involving this situation. Have you noticed anything really there with the case as well, my brother?
Yeah, true indeed. Been a lot of crazy stuff going on with that situation. A lot of strange things going on with it. You know, just so many different. It's. I mean, most of the time we already know when stuff like that happens. A lot of times it be some kind of inside connection or something. I mean, quite. If they kidnap her, but they ask for a ransom. I mean, it seemed like to me that I mean, why would I kidnap her to get a ransom if I figured she had the money? You know what I mean? I mean, you just
Right.
give you the money herself. So it definitely got to be
Mm,
something else behind it other than her, because, like I said, she got a couple dollars. So I mean, she's staying a real nice house, man, and things of that nature. So if it was gonna be something like that, a robbery or something, or if they figured if the target was her, they got her. So
right.
obviously she's just a pawn some kind of way, and to what degree? That's what we scribing to check into. That's what we scribing to dig and do a little research on it, and we find out that it's got some different angles to it. It's got a
Right.
lot of different angles to it, and who to say which angle is accurate, but the way it's looking at, I think we're on the right track, my brother. The way it's looking.
Mm, there ain't no question. Because I was looking back at some of the things that was going on involving this case, and I noticed that Charlie Gothard, which is the husband of Nancy, I want to say, like I said, she was involved, to my understanding. Excuse me, he was involved maybe with the Clinton administration during his time of presidential seat, and he's been involved, at least it's said, to may have some information that could involve Bill and Hillary Clinton and some of their involvements in the Epstein files and some of the cases of things that might have been going on that we've been seeing that have been going on throughout the media dealing with this whole Epstein situation. And some is even striving to say that there may be a conspiracy involved with him and maybe some of the information in which he has, at least Nancy may have, or even possibly Savannah in that respect, that may tie him into the whole probe dealing with Clinton and his whole administration and with involving the whole Epstein situation at this time. And so as you spoke, there's a lot of different scenarios that's taking place here to somewhat find out possibly what is going on and what's the involvement on why would they even take Nancy in this situation. And as you spoke about, considering that she is very wealthy within her own right, it would seem like you would at least have tagged her mm, in some aspect if you felt like it was something that she could have possibly gave you, or if you were just seeking out some type of ransom. You would think that you would just go ahead and target her and try to get
Mhm.
those things
Mhm.
in that respect.
Mhm.
So very, very interesting, to
Mhm.
say the least.
Mhm.
But if you got anything you would like to add on, you can, my good brother.
Okay. Yeah. It it was kind of strange that at 1 minute the thing. See, the first thing you kind of you want to say is that what I mean. It's a child. What I mean. That's unsatisfied or unhappy with the living condition because we know Savannah, which is her daughter. I didn't do any research on far as seeing how much was the other kids worth, but I know the mother Nancy. They said her worth is like she's a million now, with maybe 1 or 2 million plus her house is worth over 1 million. Things of that nature. So we can say she's a millionaire as well. But the ransom amount, from my understanding, was 6 million. And like you said, you know, uh, it looked like to me they targeting Savannah because she's the one, from my understanding, that got the big bucks. From my understanding, she's worth like 40 million. And counting, she getting paid like 7 or 8 million per year doing her hosting for the television for the news channels. And her husband, Michael Feldman, uh, which actually used to work for um the Clinton administration. I find that kind of strange that at 1 minute he was the Clinton. They turned down the uh the testify, and right after she took missing, now they went and testified. So it was kind of strange, and I was saying to myself, what kind of ties, now how is this tying in together some kind of, and coming to do the research on Michael Feldman. He actually worked in the Democratic Party. He worked for the Clinton administration, and he worked for uh uh uh, uh Al Gore administration too in some capacity. And now they also saying that the sheriffs got some DNA from a glove, and they scribed and said that the sheriff is not cooperating or was withholding evidence from the other agencies, the federal agencies in the case, and that's strange. I mean, a lot of that is strange that they were holding evidence. You know what I mean? And at the same token, it's kind of like if you just look at if you just take note of even Savannah and the children of Nessie, they don't they don't seem as distraught as you would think someone would be when their mother is missing. I'm
Right,
not, I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen nobody break down and cry. I mean, maybe I missed it, but I ain't
right.
seen nobody going ecstatic. You know what I mean? Like in that kind of situation, man. I mean, that's a situation where I mean, I don't even know if I even be able to speak. Like I don't even know if my voice is even sitting there out of it, man. If you talking about got my mother, that'll be a situation I probably ain't even be able to speak, man. I mean, and it's just like somebody know more than what they saying. It's like even though in the midst of this confusion, I still see a calmness. You know, I still
Hmm.
see a calmness about them.
Right. Fact.
And I mean, I don't know if you seen that, brother. If you see the calmness in it, it's
Yeah.
kind of
You
disturbing.
would, oh yeah, absolutely. You would think that, like you say, with the situation like this, with the magnitude of who's involved, yeah, there definitely will be a lot of people that will be more adamant about her whereabouts and things of this nature. Now, of course, we do see that, there are broadcasting it, and we do see that they are speaking about these things. But you
Mhm,
spoke of the family, you would think that would do press conferences, etc.,
mhm,
seeking justice or seeking some type of whereabouts of their family. To
mhm,
my understanding, that there has been over 13,000 tips that has been passed over to the FBI. However, none of them has drawn them directly back to Nancy's possible suspect that's involved at this time. So that is
mhm,
something to also still look into. Because considering who the individual is, you would think that you would have more of an insight, or someone would be done come up with some type of scenario to maybe what had happened to her or where whereabouts or whatever. But for her to be missing for over 2 weeks, and for them to not necessarily have the traces that would tie them back to her at this point, it's saying a lot. And also could be saying that there also could be some major players involved that are a lot more professional and on a higher level than what we may think. 'Cause when I
mhm,
look at video footages out there, the footages show someone who looked to be as if he's an amateur, or he's just an average Joe, so to speak, trying to pull off some type of prank or some type of
mhm,
um, burglary, but it doesn't seem like he's equipped for something of this sort. But however, it could be again a ploy or some type of thing to push the individual in a certain direction, so we won't be focusing on the possibly the people who is involved, or the magnitude of people that's involved with this situation, right?
mhm,
Because it's a high profile, high celebrity person at this point. Considering their parents is involved, and as you spoke about the magnitude of Savannah and all the relationships that they have, her husband, and being involved with the whole Clinton administration and everything that's starting to go on with that.
mhm,
I want to say there was something brought to my attention earlier, which you spoke on, and it kind of ties itself back to the Clintons and some of their involvements within this scenario. I'm pretty sure you're familiar, just as I have been, recognizing that the Clintons has been put on the oath to be sworn to come in front of Congress to make statements in reference to the Jeffrey Epstein case. And we know that
mhm,
there's files that start to come out, and definitely Bill name, and where there's pictures out there showing him being involved with Jeffrey Epstein and the whole situation that is involved there. And it
mhm,
seemed that as soon as, excuse me, as soon as uh, the situation came out about Bill and Hillary, they at one point were refusing to testify, even go in front of Congress.
mhm,
But it seemed like as soon as this particular person was kidnapped or put up under this particular incident, it seemed like they were so willingly then to go and start to testify and cooperate with Congress within this whole Jeffrey Epstein situation. So
mhm,
it made me wonder, just as you spoke, that could it be that Nancy, or at least Michael
Mm-hmm.
and Savannah have a connection with Bill and some of the secrecies in which took on inside of the Epstein situation, and now they are kidnapping Nancy in order to silence them in some respect. And again, these things are what is coming past, but to say that this is happening the way that it is, and for him to be involved with that administration, and for them, the Clintons, to refuse to testify, and then once this particular person is then incarcerated, excuse me, this person is kidnapped, then all of a sudden now they're willing to go and testify in the whole relationship and involvement of this Jeffrey Epstein case. So
Mm-hmm.
those are that warrants you and I to some degree, and we know somewhere within that it just don't seem like that would be something that would just be. It seems like it's some type of conspiring or conspiracy or some type of relationship that's involved within this whole ordeal. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Just some things just as you spoke on, looking into, and things that you spoke upon, just don't seem to be as accurate as it should be. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also saw out there where um it seemed as if there was a struggle, but the way that the situation seemed like there wasn't really anything that was left behind, any type of pushback from Nancy in this situation. Um, and I did, to my understanding, they say that there was some blood that they found maybe in front of the door, and I have to go back and look into the extent of it. But then it seemed as if there were a lot of restraint coming from Nancy in this situation, to the point where you could say, okay, it was something gruesome or something that heinously really happened to her, to the point where you would think that her life would be in jeopardy. So very interesting situation here, good brother. And as you and I know, anytime you have the higher up, so to speak, of the elites, of those that's in these political positions, and when you start dealing with that whole probe and all the people that's involved with this situation,
Mm-hmm.
understand that this is definitely something that they're striving to keep hush hush, and individuals will possibly go to any extent at this time for them to be exposed more so, because of so many people that's involved with this, and the magnitude of people that's actually tuning in, traveling to get some type of understanding or even some type of justice for some of these young children and some of these women who've been affected by these type of heinous acts that was going on with these so-called people that was involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True indeed. You know, speaking of that, I just seen something also as well about that brother Feldman. It says here in 2026, Feldman and Global Park Group. Global Park Group is a company which Feldman is involved in. It's called Global Park Group. Now, check this out. The Global Park Group, 2026, Feldman and the Global Park Group were a part of a controversy when an email from 2015 was released as part of the Epstein files. This is something just seeing. A Clinton administration acquaintance of Feldman, Larry Summers, told Jeffrey Epstein he should speak to someone at the Global Park Group, telling him the firm had helped Bill Clinton and David Petraeus. While it was a passing mention, it still caught the attention of many who shared screenshots of the email on social media. N- Yet no evidence was released that showed Epstein took or refused Summers' advice or any communication between Epstein and Feldman's firm. It's a firm that Feldman started. See,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? That's some that's that was some. that was some digging brothers had to do. We had to go out there and dig that up for y'all, man. Y'all, you know, we had to go down deep to get that, But
No question. Absolutely.
that's some very valuable information there. That's
No question.
that's that's why is this not what what's the hold up? I mean, why we ain't heard none of this, man? Why
Question.
why 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 we ain't hearing none of this about this man? Like what why is it just about Nancy Guthrie? But we already know anytime you kidnap somebody and say you want a ransom and something like this happen, it always be about somebody else. You
Always.
know, whether y'all seen it on TV, whether y'all seen it in real life or y'all seen it on TV. It plenty of TV shows, man. If you ain't seen it in real life, it
Mm-hmm.
plenty of TV shows that show you hostage situations and show you kidnappings and show you things of this nature. It always be another ulterior motive that come behind these things. It'll look like this, and before you know it, it go through this channel, through that channel, through this channel, through that channel, and before you know it, you got
Absolutely.
several different businesses or several different situations involved in this thing. This thing, it can go a lot longer and a lot deeper than what you think. You know, I mean, an old woman better can move around good. I mean, that's an easy. If you want to rob her, I mean, that's an easy one. You could have probably got enough money to be straight with just robbing her, and you would never had to worry about going through the news channel.
Right.
You could you
Absolutely.
could you could hit you easily with just getting her. If that's the case, if that's what you were choosing to do, and you wouldn't have to worry about all this these different individuals coming chasing you down. So I mean, it's clearly looking like this is a lot deeper than what they putting out there to be. And it's clearly
Absolutely.
looking it's 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 clearly looking like Nancy Guthrie is definitely not the subject. She's definitely
No.
not the person that they looking for. The person that they trying to pull up. Somebody they want somebody to either come out the bushes or they want some money. Some ain't right. Some ain't right.
Most definitely.
It's too many. It's
Most
too many.
definitely.
Too many. It's too many variables.
Absolutely. Ain't no question, brother. And like you say, it now even drives our point a little more in reference to Michael and his whole connection to the Clintons and that whole administration. And now,
Mhm.
if I'm understanding you saying that he had ties also with Jeffrey Epstein as well. Am I correct?
Exactly. Exactly.
Indeed. So he
Exactly.
actually
Through
doing
through
business.
a consultant, through a consulting firm that he actually set in place. Mhm.
Absolutely. So now we know that Clinton has for surely Bill, the regular hearing name also came up in the files, but there's actual footages out there that's showing where Bill is there along with Jeffrey Epstein.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, if Epstein is connected to Bill, and Bill had this weed way with Jeffrey, and Bill's is basically the advisor of Michael,
Mhm. Mhm.
then you would
Mhm.
think that Michael possibly could be conspiring, or at least conspired with Bill in some
Mhm.
aspect with
Mhm.
Jeffrey involving
Mhm.
this whole Epstein situation. Or at least it would
Mhm.
be fair to say that Michael at least knows some of the involvements of things that which was going on
Mhm.
inside the Epstein files, as well as what was going on the islands that they were
Mhm.
participating in some of these acts on,
Mhm. Mhm.
which now again would bring more of a suspect to what you were speaking about is why they would actually take Nancy and not necessarily fully kill her, but then send out something in reflection to a ransom being
Mhm.
put on her head if
Mhm.
they didn't meet certain demands. Now,
Mhm.
money is there to being spoken, but did anyone call on the backside and told them that it was bigger than money?
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then somebody touch their mouth
Mm-hmm.
before their head get take off their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
just some of the things that you were speaking there, and then looking at this, definitely have some co-conspirators here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brother, if anything that you would like to chime and add into that, just what you were speaking there, dear brother.
I, 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 I'm pretty sure when this thing all wind down, that it's gonna be a lot deeper than what the people think. I'm pretty sure this gonna have a crazy twist to it, and it's a good chance that uh somebody else going down, and and and
Mm,
and, 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 and I don't think it's just gonna be Nancy.
no
It's a
doubt.
good chance somebody else finna take a fall some kind of way, and who knows, man? I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? But it's something gonna happen. It's gonna this gonna be everybody gonna be like, "Ooh, oh my God, that's what it was about." Yeah, it's gonna lead somewhere else, man. Yeah, it's gonna lead somewhere else. Yeah.
No question. And that's maybe why the uh, the authorities involved are in stagnation with each other. Because to my understanding, there's some evidence that you're speaking on that the state may have that they don't want to pass over to the FBI at this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those for what reasons in that respect on why they're trying to hold evidence away from the authorities who are supposed to be all in cahoots together and try to come to one common cause, which is to find out where's the whereabouts of Nancy in that respect. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things going on here, dear brother, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any some of the final thoughts that you may want to add in, brother, as we somewhat close this presentation at this time.
Oh man, I just want to say, man, uh, peace to y'all out there, and just it's just this Epstein file thing, man. It's deep, man. It's deep, man. It's something new coming about this here every day, man. So I just tell you all, just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned to us, and keep an ear out for what we gonna bring, cause we striving to bring something to you, man, about this situation, man.
Absolutely, and no
Mm-hmm.
question, brother. Definitely, absolutely, and we will continue to bring more updates on this said topic as well. We will continue to follow it. We do hope that in some aspect that Nancy is able to somewhat be rescued and she will be brought back to her family in some
Mm-hmm.
respect. But we do see that there's others involved with this situation, and as you stated, very possibly this situation is bigger than just Nancy. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of co-conspirators that's wrapped around this situation, and for her
Mm-hmm.
to just be targeted in the way that she has been targeted, and for her daughter to be tied to her husband that's tied to this Clinton administration, and
Mm-hmm.
the Clinton administration be tied to the Epstein
Mm-hmm.
file and dealing with the whole probe that's going on there. It makes you wonder if Nancy is being used as bait
Mm-hmm.
for these people in order to be able to somewhat.
Yeah, true indeed. Exactly. Exactly, bro.
That's what it look like here.
Real.
She's being pretty much um thrown on the bus because of these individuals that's involved with all this bigotry in
Yep.
this respect. Um,
Yep.
as
Yep.
we say, we will continue to try to bring you all updates, and as we get more information, we definitely tune y'all to what we have gathered as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do again thank you, my brother. Again, if there's anything else you would like to say, brother, before we chime out on this presentation, okay, my brother.
Nah, just keep your eyes and ears on people. That's all. Keep your eyes and ears on.
Absolutely. Again, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Builddaburg Group, and we do like to thank you all for tuning in. And we do ask you all to continue to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you all that believe in the comments, please leave some comments in the comment section. I do thank you all for tuning in. I'm your host, Forever B, along with my co-host, Prince Lawyer. We do thank you all tuning in. Until the next time, family. Do send out peace and love.
Mhm.
Peace, my brother.
Peace.